What's up, baby? Where you at?
I'm way home.
Stop and get me something to eat before you get here from Chick-fil-A.
Okay, cash out me.
I'll pay you when you get here.
I don't have it on my card.
It's gonna be $10. You ain't got $10.
No.
Damn, see, I might get me a little shorty with some money. This shit's stressful.
Let's be honest, you cannot compare a broke woman to a broke man, because a woman who's broke can sit on her phone, contact a few guys, and raise up some money. Once she has her nails done, her hair done, her feet done, she already feels confident. But a man, if he's broke, he's not going to be confident because he doesn't have money. Money makes a man confident.
This is how you avoid dating broke boys. Don't date broke boys. They just stress you out. Number one, when I meet a guy and he wants to ask me out on a date, I say, okay, where are you from? What do you do? I am a aerospace engineer. I go straight to Google, type in aerospace engineer salary. $200,000 a year? Great. That's in my income range for guys that I date. Now, if he comes and says that he works at McDonald's, no shade, you just don't make enough to date me. And that's okay. There's a girl out there for you. It's just not me. Number 3, check his living situation. Does he have his own place, or does he still live with his mom in his mom's basement? Very important. Another thing, does he have an actual bed, elevated off the floor so you're not breathing dust? Does he have more than one pillow? Does he have blankets? Or do you walk into his room and he has one mattress laying on the floor with one stained pillow? Ew, gross. If you can't afford to pay your own rent, how can you afford to pay my rent? No. Number 3, if he wants you to call your own Uber to the date to see him, absolute automatic no. He's a broke boy, not doing it. That is when I tell him, I prefer it if you send my Uber to my place or you pick me up yourself, because I'm a lady. I deserve to be treated like a princess, and I'm not accepting anything lower. Period. Number 4, if we're out to dinner and he's arguing with the waiter about $1 upcharge on his extra cheese or whatever he got on his food, and that extra dollar just hurt his pocket so much, broke boy, leave him alone. Ain't gonna do it for you. I'm manifesting only wealthy men for my girlies who are watching this, so stay tuned for more. Bye!
The reason why we do not entertain broke men is because they shouldn't be focused on women if they're broke. That's number 1. So you already know their priorities are backwards. If you're dealing with a man who's broke and he's chasing you and he's pursuing you and he's trying to bring down your standards in order to be easier to access you, he has bad priorities. When he should be focusing on getting his money, he's focusing on getting something else. And it's meaningless because you can't maintain or keep a woman if you have zero money. So therefore, their thinking is backwards, and a lot of their decision making is going to be backwards. You're not going to be able to trust them or depend on them ever, because they can't even get it together now and realize what's more important at this time. So therefore, you don't entertain them at all, because there's nothing they can do for you. Zero. There's not one thing they can do for you but waste your time.
Women consume more than they produce, and the difference is covered by the exploitation of men. C minus P equals E. To use the correct terms, women have hypergamous instincts. It is basic human behavior that females will seek to secure the highest status mate available to them. Hypergamy is real. Women never date or marry down the social hierarchy. A king sees a peasant and turns her into a queen. It's never the other way round. Social media and mainstream media brainwashing towards the female gender has made them believe and live in Disney fairy tales and Delulu Islands, with hyperinflated egos.
I don't know why he tried to chat to me. He doesn't even have a Canada Goose. He's so poor.
Hey, miss. What's your name?
Aliyah?
Yeah, you're pretty still.
Okay, I know I am.
Alright, well, can I grab your snap?
Before you ask me that, do you have a Mercedes?
Do I have a Mercedes?
Do you have
bro,
a
Bro,
Mercedes?
look at your toes, fam. Like, your black toes and that, bro. You're asking me if I have Mercedes. You haven't even got shoes. You're asking me if I have Mercedes.
If you're broke, just say that.
You're broke, fam. You ain't got no peas. You ain't got no... What even shirt is this, fam?
I'm a bando baby.
Of course, it makes sense.
What you trying to indicate? What are you trying to indicate?
You're like a nitty. You're one of them. You want some drugs?
Why you chatting? You never have
I can do some weed. You know what I'm saying?
You're loud.
Huh?
You're loud.
This is how I know. Look at the way you're moving. Can I grab your stuff or not?
Oh, yeah, you can get it, but you have loud.
Alright, cool, come.
Okay, thank you.
I have loud.
Since women are naturally hypoagent and males are hyperagent, women will look to outsource risks and provisions to men so they can concentrate on having and nurturing children. This has been the case since prehistoric tribal times, and though women have risen into positions of power in recent times, this has occurred throughout history also. Theoretically, women want to have their cake and eat it too. Women have secured freedoms they previously didn't have due to underdevelopment and nature, which they often blame specifically on men. And they have attained these freedoms through legislative affirmative action and equality law, as opposed to any form of manual labor or hard work. That's not to say some women don't work hard, but they're biologically disadvantaged in that respect. Only since we started educating children as neutered creatures has this begun to shift. Women are not even attracted to intelligent men. Evolutionarily speaking, women look for the trait known as willingness to emote, which is a man's willingness to bend to the female's desire and take on additional risk on behalf of that female. Provision and security are really at the top of the priority list for women. Men with intelligence in prehistoric times had a trait called introspection, which means thinking before you act, to reduce risk. Since women needed a man to act before they thought, intelligence was not a trait they selected for in a natural environment. Even if you think about the literature and movies women like growing up, romances, fairy tales, and many more. In every one of these, the male protagonist has an already established status, or must achieve some status before getting the girl. Even The Notebook, perhaps the most romantic movie ever. He had to build a huge, beautiful house that subsequently had an infamously high price tag before the female lead even considered going back to him. So even the stories that give men who have little hope still indicate that you'll need status and provision to attract a female. These days, women say they need men less and less, as more men delve into unemployment and more women succeed by proxy of affirmative action. The more this happens, the less that men can meet the ever-increasing standards of female hypergamy. If a woman were to fall from grace, she now has the government to provide her with shelter and security. The modern man is becoming ever more disposable to the female, and traditional roles of men are under ideological attack. Women say they want financial security. Instead of looking for a job, they look for a rich guy. Yet they say they don't need men. I don't need a man is the easiest dialogue to deliver, but to walk that talk is the toughest. Marrying a guy is the easiest way to gain financial stability in the least possible time and with the least effort. Hence, they prefer to marry a guy with six-digit salary, car, or bungalow to secure luxuries for the rest of their life without making any effort for the same. The term financial security is coined by gold diggers to cover up themselves. The same gold diggers who wish to marry a super rich man would use the term dowry if a man seeks it from his wife. Moreover, feminism was never about equality. Instead, it was always about building a matriarchal society where laws and privileges could be bent as per their conveniences. At this point, I think men should just accept the trade-off. Love usually fails. I think the only real love that individuals get is from their mother at a very young age. And yes, you do look for that in a wife, but some people are just plain shallow. They have no emotional reservoir. This is a deep-rooted problem within capitalism, the love of money and what it buys, and is contagious throughout the world. My conclusion is that women have been fed the lie that they're somehow exceptional and deserve someone amazing despite being fat and having children. They don't understand that being a breeder makes them below average because 80% of single American women have at least one child. Quit being simps and start treating these narcissistic, entitled garbage human beings like the trash they are. That's all for today on Manhood. Don't forget to smash the like and subscribe buttons, and also click on the notification bell to be the first to know when I drop a new video. If you find value in my videos, you can show your support through PayPal or Cash App. The links are in the description. See you next time. Cheers!